Hi Math Wizards, we're doing a little bit more with shapes and geometry today. This expo marker is open, be careful everyone, close your markers, red alert. So what we're gonna do is we're working on 251 and 252. Now this page is pretty easy. Math today I think is really fun. It's kind of more just playing around with shapes. So your task today is you're gonna be taking shapes and you're gonna be making equal shapes inside other shapes. So I have two quick examples for you here. I have two not so perfect squares. In my first square, I drew two lines in it and I made four smaller squares. In this one, I drew two lines again, but I drew them in a different direction. And this time, instead of making squares inside, I made triangles inside. You can do this with all kinds of different shapes, all kinds of different ways. So in your book, you're doing 251 and 252, and they have a few. There's some octagons, triangles, squares, rectangles, different kinds of shapes, and the directions are gonna say, create two shapes inside or three shapes. So just follow the directions and get creative. But after you do that, it should not take you very long. There aren't very many problems on there. In your math packet materials, you're going to find a packet that looks like this and a red piece of paper that looks like this. So what I want you to do, this is called, we've done these in class before, I'm pretty sure. This is a tangram. This is an old Chinese puzzle that's been adopted by lots of different places, and you'll see it in a lot of different areas. So what your task is going to be, this, you're going to cut out along the dark black lines. So you'll just cut it out and then you'll have all of the different shapes. Do not lose them. This part's not for a grade, it's just for fun, but if you lose them, then you don't have a complete tangram and you won't be able to do it. So you're going to cut out those pieces. So you have two large triangles, one medium triangle, two small triangles, a square, and this one up here is a parallelogram that we talked about before. In your packet that you have, these are just different puzzles. So the first one says create a triangle using exactly two pieces. So that means you're gonna take two of these pieces and try to fit them in here to make a triangle. Once you put them in there, you won't glue them down or anything. You can just draw what you did. So you've got a square using two pieces, a parallelogram using two pieces, trapezoid using two pieces. So this whole page is using two pieces. Then the next page, sorry, this is kind of a funny angle for the video. The next page is triangles. So this is making shapes using three pieces. And then the last one of this kind, you have quads. So it's different shapes using four pieces. The very last two pages on here are just different puzzles. So it says, try making the polygon using different number of tangram pieces. Draw your findings on the chart below. Some solutions may not be possible. So the first one, it wants you to make a square using one piece, two piece, three, or four. Some of them you might not be able to do, so play around with it and see what you can come up with. And then the next page has the same thing. The most challenging one, which you have to do it without cheating, is once you've done this and you've cut them all up, try to make this square again without looking at the original. So these are puzzles just for fun. Make sure you do 251 and 252 to turn back into me. Have fun. Happy tangrams.